A group of Iowa prisoners says they want their porn back. They're challenging a new regulation banning pornographic magazines from state prisons. KCCI's Chris Gothner asked legal experts if the inmates' lawsuit stands a chance, and you might be surprised by the answer.
The 26-page federal lawsuit is far from your typical legal filing. Inmates at the Fort Dodge Correctional Institution make references to Nazism, tyranny, and the Bible, and say if female guards can't handle seeing porn, they should, quote, find employment elsewhere. But their suit argues that new state regulations, spurred by a law requiring state prisons to ban porn and shut down so-called pornographic reading rooms, is unconstitutional. Frequent prison litigator Alan Curtis Miles, serving a life sentence for stabbing a Des Moines woman to death in 1982, was joined by 57 other Fort Dodge inmates, asking to end the ban and for $25,000 each. 30 years ago, a federal judge struck down a ban on porn in Iowa prisons for being too vague. The new rules began this month. Drake constitutional law professor Mark Kendi says because the regulations are much more specific, the current law is much more likely to be upheld.
And because of that specificity and because it excludes educational material, it might actually be okay. Prisoners generally have rights to access, absent some incredibly dangerous person, reading materials, and they have constitutional rights even though they're in prison. The rights are diminished, but they have them.
The prisoners argue the new rules ban magazines like Playboy and even the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. Kendi says their lawsuit may be inarticulate, but unlike plenty of other prisoner-filed lawsuits he's seen over the years, it is not frivolous.
Nudity definitely doesn't equal obscenity, so that's why, there's something to the argument that's being made by these prisoners that some of this stuff might be protected.
He says ultimately all this will be up for a judge to decide. Now, a Department of Corrections spokesperson says the agency can't comment directly on pending litigation. If you'd like to read the rules and the lawsuit for yourself, log on to the KCCI 8 News app. We'll put them there, Shana.